that Ash charge just went. But flashing onto Achieved as he misses the fight. Fultz getting the better of him on that one. And then right, just like that, back to a 4v4. Beaulo knows that there's somebody inside of that position because of Achieved's calls. He'll get droned out on yellow stairs. And he'll need to now do some heavy lifting as there's 2 members of SSG. He finds Thinking Nade. That's not going to be good for his cost. Hope you voted for Chalice so far. Next up for Beaulo is going to be the Ash of Fultz, but he sees somebody on yellow. 5 bullets left. He's going to have to go for a reload. Swings onto the Jackal. Wins the fight against Rampy. He's expecting a play from the Ash, but no, Fultz is going to hit the pause button. Canadian is going to be all on his own now, as inside a bathroom, there's the Ash of Fultz, waiting for somebody to come at him. Beaulo is the man of the hour right now, is a tiny portion of HP. He sees the Ash. Flashbang goes over his head, but no, pistol cannot do much. Fultz gets that one, and with it, yellow stairs. That's a minute and a half.
Landing his shots through this match, and, well, I mean, at the beginning at least. Canadian won't land his, though, as he tries to get the angle through the hole. Nice there on Geo, who is standing up and exposing himself. It's all on Fultz, who will not even get one. Merc shuts him down, and TSM will take the first round.
SSG have control of this first floor, which is what they want. Now you need to watch on the left-hand side, the 3 members of TSM all equipped with nitro cells. We talk endlessly about how incredibly helpful a pulse is with these explosives in hand, because there's going to be a moment of vulnerability where a diffuser starts to go down. It blows up, it misses. All 3 members of Space Station looking to barrel on in through that doorway. Canadian will attempt the plant. Fultz going for kill number 3, won't get it. Geo, Chala, and Achieved all are on the scoreboard. And Thinking Nade, who will try to pad his stats as best as he can, has 5 seconds. The rest of the team are not going to be able to make up that ground. Look at the scoreboard. I know we talk about skills not mattering. By the way, Beaulo trades out with Fultz perfectly. Of the him to try and linger through, as it'll just do a little bit of damage. Achieve does get found from Bosco. A kill from Canadian here would be able to even things at 2 apiece, especially with how low Merc is. The Canadian is toiling at that breach hole. He'll need to wander on in. Bosco sustaining way too much damage. Canadian finished off, and the 1 HP of Bosco, with a hope and a prayer, will have 4 seconds to find 3 members of TSM. He knows that it's foolish to even try, so he'll just pad his stats, and we have this beautiful view of
pressure. Not only the site itself to get that plant, but also the C4 players from below.
Unbelievable. Another from Fultz. 25 seconds left. He's almost broken. Danny will break double digits. Looking for yet another. Bosco picks up kill number 2 and a flawless round from Space Station, as they seem to be trying to make up for ground in a hurry. They have absolute control, and as we see on a bomb... We've ever seen a Wamai play there? Not sure. Speaking of Jaeger, he's very present in admin office. It's Thinking Nade. Geo picks off Fultz. So the Mozzie was playing inside of the top floor. Well, actually, I don't know his exact positioning. It looks like he was in Projector. He's not going anywhere. Rampy also taking a ton of damage. There goes a flash. It gets eaten by the ADS. Rampy head down, tries to soldier on, but he can't go anywhere. Have they figured out Thinking Nade's location inside of admin? Because right now, TSM has SSG on the ropes. 2 kills for TSM will give them a 5v3 with still half of the round to go. Upside down repels as Jackal tracks are going off. This is not an enviable position for Thinking Nade whatsoever. He's on the run, and he's finished off by Merc. We'll swing on in and take full command of admin alongside.
It's going to be probably the beginning of the end as Canadian gets aggressive and dies himself. TSM are, I'm sure, very happy with the results of the first minute of this round and are looking, I'm guessing, to carry this into a win. TSM will probably play this smart and slow and careful to not make any mistakes that could cost them the round that they've already bought.
I was actually talking to Flynn last night. Disgraced caster, by the way, now current player, has achieved kills Bosco. I just wanted to call him Disgraced because I know that he's watching, and I know that he's going to be unhappy with that. But anyway, he was talking about how if Mirage prevails from the Canadian division, that he said, we're going to have to play either SSG or TSM, and then he laughed. So obviously not happy about this outcome right now through 1 map. It sure seems like it's going to be SSG if this tempo keeps up. Thinking Nade takes out Beaulo, and he'll head back to lobby. There's another challenge for him heading towards Visa. He'll wait. Oh no, Merc goes on to cams. He gets off at the right time. He manages to catch Thinking Nade as he wanders away. A minute left. Toxic Canister will go up. His Thinking Nade will now head towards the bathroom with Fultz watching inside of Zulu. A drop from Thinking Nade. There's Merc to punish him. He gets read like a book. Merc is just performing quite well. It's been the story of the Ash mains so far. Another kill is available for him as Fultz is prone. Diffuser going down, and Merc will get it. That was a quick one. 7-3 for TSM as they take their first map, and they don't seem to break much of a sweat in the process.
Well, map number 1, quite definitive. Parker, I was going to make a joke.
Bomb site. Very similarly to the same way that they defend reading and the same way that they defend cocktail. And this was all going to hinge on the roam of the top floor. TSM are obviously expecting a heavy presence above, and they have fallback plans, aka an insurance plan, with 3 nitro cells.
Whoa.
But that is an early pick. Merc decides to go for a good night, but instead expect us to see him repeat. But it has put his team in a hole. And TSM had momentum coming in here. Remember, there is no momentum system in Rainbow Six. It's not like operators lock or weapons are unavailable. All the momentum that we talk about in this game is purely in the players' heads. And right now, I think it's not really up for debate that SSG has it. On the hunt, Geo, he's got 2 lined up, but it's an SMG 11. That's going to be a challenge. He gets it downed on Thinking Nade before it can be called out. Shotgun in hand, another pump, and he's ready for it. But he'll have to engage on red stairs. He's going to be at a disadvantage despite having the high ground. He'll shoot open the hatch just to distract over by the humidor, as it's referred to as. Fultz finished off from Chala, so both these SAS operators, the remaining ones, doing well. There goes a diffuser, but Canadian will survive it. Damage done to Geo, and now he's going to need to come on in as he swings in. Big play from Geo. 2 kills. TSM have turned this round around. Bosco in a 1v2. He'll have to pull off a miraculous clutch. He sees the leg of Geo, and he'll pulverize him, leading a Chala versus Bosco showdown. No intel, though, so Bosco will have to fly on in. He's good at clutching, but he's not going to do it against Chala. TSM, despite all odds, thanks to the opening, they're going to be aware of it on Space Station's side as well. There appears to be a nitro cell detonated. The other one is primed and ready as a logic bomb will go off. Fultz blinded and punished by Achieved. He's playing over by Freezer and doing double duty. Down goes Canadian, twisting and turning with diffuser in hand. Rampy trying to keep it close, but he's punished by Beaulo. Outswings the Capital. He wins this one. SSG will need to grab that diffuser. 10 seconds left. This is going to be tough, but Bosco catches one. He knows that there's another in his position. He hunts him down. Bosco just needs one more remaining, and he'll get it. Every single kill lines up for Bosco. Space Station steals that one from TSM. Prep wall 2 used on the main kitchen wall. This is going to force the remaining TSM members to find salvation as SSG drops into Freezer. They meet their fate at the hands of Chala, who plows through both of them and has a third lined up that he'll find into Fultz. Canadian will require Bosco to cover, as Chala will need to peek out a Freezer with a tiny portion of HP. Canadian gets that diffuser down, and then both Bosco and him will head for the hills. They take up the fight outside. Canadian cuts off line of sight with 1 smoke canister. There goes the other. He shrugs off a tiny portion of damage and will need to pop up. This will remove him from ADSing. He's got the smoke of Achieved watching in that position. Playing in between the ranges, Canadian will need to be as hot as the grills in front of him. Bosco outside. Canadian picks off Achieved. This is a very winnable post plant. If the Valkyrie looks the wrong way, you find your hands dying to Bosco yet again. So Chala will need to ace clutch. Canadian waiting for the call to get the diffuser down, as SSG still quite comfortable upstairs. Fultz as well as Rampy are up there, but now we're going to see Fultz drop down. He's on flank watch, watching to see if somebody will come out of mining, and, well, there's one lined up for him. Could be a relatively easy kill. Nitro Cell comes out, and it'll stop the planter from living, but not the plant itself. An almost perfect retake from TSM, as they are in a 1v5. Above, it's a flawless round, with Beaulo finishing things off. Teams tied up at 2 apiece. Diffuser goes down for SSG. Tons of time, and, well, would you look at that? An operator lurking down below, Achieved, happens to be equipped with such an explosive.
Ooh, well-placed smokes there from the Capital and from Canadian. Look at that. It's going to only leave the double door open. C4 misses from below. Achieved will get one by pillars, but the plant is still going down, and SSG will put it into a post plant. With the skylight being in view of that plant, it's unlikely the defense will be able to win no matter how good the retake is. The gunfights are going the way of TSM, though, and as Bosco dies, that actually could sway the entire outcome. Merc is on the disable, and that's it. TSM answers objective play with the objective play of their own, and Merc will get it while the absolute...
What do you refer to it as, by the way?
Any of those work, to be honest, and yeah, no, I'll take any of them. And I'm working on it, Parker.
Yeah. Anyway. So Merc has information, and he sees right through the play and sees right through the cabinet, in fact, is able to take down Rampy, but doesn't see Fultz down below. So you at least take one.
ADS clear going on over here. That's the burn. Ash Charge also being used to burn, and another stun, more stun. C4 detonated below, trying to net a kill, and there's the kill. Merc gets eliminated, and I believe that was by the Goyo shield. That's my guess.
It was, yes.
It must have been by the Goyo shield.
Yeah, Merc credited with, another on the Bosco from the Humidor. That is a great shot. They're going to have to contend with Fultz long away. Canadian engaging, and he's bartering his life with Beaulo, and he loses that one. TSM find themselves with 3 kills, and Rampy is up next. Is he going to engage over on the balcony? Fultz will hold down the bomb site as Rampy comes on back. He's going to be over by White Stairs looking for a pop-out, but he might have missed his golden opportunity. It's the location of Canadian's burial. Rampy might retake over on Piano, and if TSM aren't predicting this, it could catch them by surprise. There might be no dedicated flank watch. There is, actually. It's Chala. Fultz will now need to engage in a 1v5. Stops the diffuser being planted, but a 3k from Merc will give TSM the round. They'll stretch their lead. They pick up their second in a row, and SSG still looking for their first win on defense. Typically net themselves the most amount of kills. And yet they are right now, and Bosco is next in line to Beaulo. Down he goes. B bomb site being held. Geo going for the plant. TSM at the moment have their foot very firmly on the gas. Nitro Cell goes out. It connects. Chala with a kill, but the diffuser goes down. So the clock will start to tick against SSG. This will be match point for TSM if they prevail here. Rampy prone with Canadian nearby. They're trying to go for shots through the drone holes, all aiming at the ankles of the various TSM members. SSG will need to retake against the advantage that TSM has, not just in terms of time, but also in terms of numbers. Canadian will creep on up, and he's last left alive. He's got some spam marks, but he's going to have to net 3 impressive kills. Won't even get 1. Former teammates on Evil Geniuses. Geo will be the better hand in that duel. TSM match point, series point, and they are 1 round away from being able to go. Extreme Home Makeover Edition. Extreme Home Makeover Cafe Edition, my apologies.
I believe there was a meme about that once upon a time for Siege.
At some point, Merc engaging with a fight into Rampy, he wins this one. 4 kills remaining for TSM to capitalize off of SSG's discomfort, make that 3 as Geo finds one for himself, AK in hand. Canadian retreating, but there was an opening at the bottom of Red Stairs where he would have been spotted. Achieved wins his fight against Fultz, and this is over. At this point, barring a miracle for Space Station, Canadian narrowly missing out on a single member of TSM, evading his gaze. Down goes the Goyo. They trade, technically. Merc at a tiny bit of HP, but it's Canadian in a 1v4. Takes out Geo. He saw him and was waiting ever so patiently, but he's not going to make it through Fireplace. Just smoldering embers for SSG, and the fire rises for TSM.
Pray that you'll be dead to me.